Hi, my name is Ramon Morales, and I wanted to speak to you today about something that we call digital sovereignty. Now, the word digital sovereignty has several different connotations, but I wanted to focus in on the one that's most important to us, one that we want to present to you. Essentially, when we look at the internet today, what we're seeing is that we have hundreds of millions of people who belong to several different social networks. As a matter of fact, we have almost 850 million people on Facebook. We have more than 150 people on LinkedIn. And so what we're seeing is a tremendous growth of social networks, which we think is a phenomenal development. One that we think means that human beings are now being able to communicate and learn and work and collaborate with each other in ways that is absolutely unprecedented. But along with all of these social networks and people using them, there's another aspect that we want to bring forth, which is basically the aspect of freedom. Now, most people think that they're on a social network, they love it, it's free, so therefore they say, great, we have this social network, it is something that I can use to communicate with my family, my friends, and I'm able to put up content, pictures, photos, images, all of that. But in essence, these social networks control you. They control what you can do. They control how you can do it. And in order to do that, they impose limitations upon you. So it's as if we were in a situation where we were all there, but we're controlled. We don't have freedom. We don't have the ability to do many of the things that we want to do with these social networks. We at Etiquette Networks came up with a concept to explain that, and that is what we call digital sovereignty. In essence, it means freedom. It means the freedom to be on the internet in your own space that you control. We call that space a web presence. So a web presence is your way of establishing your freedom, your digital sovereignty. So what we began to do was look up this word and look up how it's being used and applied. Well, in the internet, the first sovereignty that the internet went through was when the different countries began to come into the internet, and the people who built and visualized the internet began to offer countries their own endings or their own codes. Those codes are called top-level domains, and when you apply them from the standpoint of countries, they're called country code top-level domains, or CCTLDs. So the very first type of sovereignty, the very first type of way that the internet was brought forth to people around the world was in the mid-80s, when many countries were permitted to come on board. So we could call that the first wave of digital sovereignty, with countries utilizing their CCTLD to establish their presence. So we have .us for the United States, we have .cn for China, we have .pr for Puerto Rico, we have .uk for the United Kingdom or England. But what about for people? What is it that we have for people? Well, what we have for people is something really wonderful, which is the domain name system. The domain name system was created as a vision for one person, one internet address, so that you can be on the internet using your name or any way that you want to present yourself, And this DNS offers everyone equality. On the internet, on the domain name system, Facebook.com is no better than RamonMorales.com. The DNS looks at it as a simple address, and it connects that address to a name, and it then permits you to see the content that's there. So what we do is we give people the ability to be on the internet and to do it with their own name in such a way that they're able to bring themselves forth and be found in this new world of possibility called the World Wide Web.